Franklin TV Sports presents exciting Franklin Girls Lacrosse. Hi everybody, Pete Royce, Chris Flynn from Piscini Stadium. Franklin in the white, Foxboro Warriors are the opponents. They're in the dark navy and we're underway from the stadium. Franklin with the control there, working it up is Sophia Sacchetti, one of the captains. We'll tell you about this matchup. It should be a great game here today. The Warriors of Foxboro come in undefeated at 5-0, and Franklin is 4-1. They're only lost to non-conference foe Westwood. It should be a tremendous game. We'll fill you in on more details. The Warriors have the last year's MVP from HawkSports.com, Kate Noon, in their lineup here today. And she's number 4 in the dark uniforms. We'll keep an eye on her. The Panthers on offense, working it around. 4 12-minute periods here from Piscini Stadium. A huge Hockomock League matchup today. Franklin, ever so patient on the offensive end. Making a move. Nowhere to go with it. Consigli, she'll switch hands with it. Cummins on the left side dishes it back out. Coming through and a foul called. A foul. Fouled on the play was Julia Flynn, and she'll have a free positional hit from the right wing. Flynn, see what she does with it. Their goalkeeper is Audrey Campbell, a senior, and she's a good one. Flynn gets the whistle. She's going to shoot, and the save by Campbell. We watched Campbell in warm-ups. She was taking blast after blast by her head coach, Kathleen McCullough, and she was saving them all, and she saves her first ball here today. The Panthers go on defense. Into the offensive zone for the first time come the Warriors, the undefeated Foxboro High Warriors under coach Kathleen McCullough. Franklin coached by Kristen Igo-Garino. Tell you about that matchup. These two coaches played against each other in college. McCullough went to UMass Amherst, and of course Igo-Garino went to Boston College, and they played. I asked Coach McCullough who won. He said, I don't remember. Here's the shot there and the goal. The goal right off the bat. It's a quick goal for Foxboro, and I believe that was Brooke Strickland. No, I'm sorry, Jackie Connors. Jackie Connors makes it 1-0 Foxboro. Jackie Connors scores, and that goal comes with 9:48 left in the first period. Connors on the board for 1. And it'll be Noon, the aforementioned MVP from last year, taking the draw. And for Franklin, Sophia Sacchetti. The officials for today's game are Scott Spellman and Don Buckley. 1-0. Beautiful day here for a change in Franklin. Official Buckley lines the ball up in the respective sticks of the two players on the face-off. Sacchetti and Noon. There's the whistle. Ball is in the air. Sacchetti wins it. Over to Flynn. Flynn looking for the equalizer. Franklin down 1-0. Franklin has not lost a Hockomock League game, and I believe in 3 seasons. And another foul here. And this time it's Sacchetti drawing the foul, and she'll be a little further out. No, not really. She's right in the top of the arc. Sophia Sacchetti. Chance to tie the game. She's going to shoot, and she's going to score. Sacchetti ties the game at 1-1. The captain. That didn't take long from the Foxboro score, as Sacchetti makes it 1-1 at 9:19. 29 seconds after the Connors score, Sacchetti evens the match at 1-1. And again, Kate Noon will have the draw with Sacchetti. Also starting for the visitors for the Warriors, Lily Kelly. Campbell is in goal. We mentioned Connors, she scored. Morgan Riley, Mandy Feibel, Eric Haney, Hannah Higgins, Lainey Moore, Addie Riley, Reese Hassman, and Chloe McGarry. We'll give you the Franklin starters in just a moment. 1-1. Referee settling things down at midfield. Fans kind of lining some of the track here, overlooking the field, some in the bleachers. And the ball is controlled by Foxboro. They take it on the right wing. Working out top, it comes to Chloe McGarry. Remember Noon, she's the player to watch. She's number 4 in blue. And Foxborough will take it behind Streisman. Maisie Streisman in goal for Franklin. She's the senior goalkeeper for Coach Kristen Igo-Garino. Stutter step move here. Unable to penetrate, and Foxborough backs it out over to Noon. Noon gets by 4, her shot, and the score. She goes off the left shoulder for Kate Noon. We highlighted her, and you can see why. A talented player. She makes it 2-1 Foxborough, and that goal comes at 8:25. Less than a minute after the Sacchetti goal. It's 2-1. Franklin has not led yet. They trail it 2-1. They trailed 1-0, then the tie. Now it's 2-1. Franklin 4-1 on the season. Victories against Leominster here. Lost to Westwood, then win on the road at Oliver Ames, and win here at Milford, and a win here against win on the road at Taunton. Foxborough 5-0. We'll tell you about one comparable team. Both teams played Milford. Franklin won 17-2, I believe. And Milford and Foxborough won their game over Milford by the score of 17-4. So very close. Very close when you look at that one comparable matchup in the Hawk. Both teams with big routs over Milford. 2-1 Foxborough with the ball and the advantage on the right wing. Whistle, play on. Foxborough will go into its set offense. This is Noon, Kate Noon. Shot came off her left shoulder. And she's going to be fouled. And boy, you don't want to foul her there. She's going to have a free look. Kate Noon, we'll see if she goes off the right shoulder or left shoulder. Looks like the right shoulder. She'll have it just outside the arc. Looks like she wants to shoot right away. And she does. And what a save by Streisman. Plucked it out of the air. How about Noon? She didn't hesitate. Right from the point where she got the ball, she fired away. Streisman with a fantastic save. And here come the Panthers. They'll take it across midfield. Franklin. Callie Joyce. The shot there is blocked. Rebound is bouncing around, and here come the Warriors. Back in their own back line, it's Hannah Higgins. Higgins drops it on the right side. Foxborough, front of their bench. Drops it back. 2-1 Foxborough. This is going to be a dandy. Contact, no foul. Foxborough drives it up. Hannah Higgins switching through. She's fouled out deep. Peterson was there on the play defensively. Higgins drops it back. To the right it goes to Lainey Moore. Ball is stolen. Nice steal there by Izzy Cross. A whistle stops play. Let's see what they're going to do here. Keep it with the Panthers. Here's Cross. Izzy. She'll backpedal it out. And it comes to Julia Flynn. 5:53 to go in the first quarter. 2-1 Foxborough. Dropped over there by Callie Joyce. Consigli. Panthers work at everybody getting a touch here. To the top for Julia Flynn. Over on the right for Clara Blogesteiner. Around we go. Franklin looking for a cutter in front. There's the drive. Can't penetrate. Back to Sacchetti. She's got a goal. Takes a bump. Charges through. She shoots. And it's blocked. And Franklin gets the rebound. They come right back with it. On the right side, Consigli can't operate. Whistle stops play. And they'll give it to Franklin. It's going to be a free start on the right wing. Good angle for Gabby Consigli. Off the left shoulder. Gabby, she's going to pass it in front. A beautiful pass, and the score by Clara Blogesteiner. A beautiful play. Blogesteiner makes it 2-2. Clara on the pass there, and she ties it. How about Franklin looking for the better play, and Blogesteiner gets it home, and we're tied at 2. The score comes at 4:43. This is going to be the match of the year in the Hockomock, I do believe. Franklin has never led in this game. They've come from 1-goal deficits twice. Noon and Sacchetti on the face-off. This time it's knocked around back to Sacchetti from Flynn. Franklin looking to go ahead for the first time today. Sun-drenched Piscini Stadium, 64 degrees at game time. Blogesteiner drops it for Joyce. Callie, Izzy Cross. Around we go. Back to Blogesteiner. Makes a move. Tips the shoulder, pass in front, dropped, and Franklin chases it down for Erin Peterson. Julia Flynn now checks the defense. Panthers will take it up again. Izzy Cross now for Blogesteiner. Makes a move, draws the double team. Shot is saved on a nice save there by Audrey Campbell. She went low to get it. 3:36 to go in the first period. We're tied at 2. Ball is dropped. Still struggling with it is Morgan Riley. Now the Warriors clear to midfield and beyond. Now Franklin takes it back. Callie Joyce. Joyce with those long strides, racing into the offensive zone. Now she's going to settle it down for the Panthers. They'll run a play. Around the rim it goes. Flynn. A little trouble there by Consigli. She picks it up. Gabby taking her time. It's dropped. Picked up there by Sacchetti. Franklin still working it. Back to Consigli. In front, the shot there, and it's a goal. A goal. Consigli gets it over to Blogesteiner, and she makes it 3-2, her second consecutive goal. And that goal comes at 2:36. Franklin is on top for the first time, 3-2. Talking to both coaches before the game, Coach McCullough said, "This is our big challenge to play Franklin here today." She expects Franklin to be fast, very skilled in finishing, very physical, and she says, "Our challenge is to match up with that talent of Franklin." And as for Coach Kristen Igo-Garino, she said that Foxboro is really good. And of course, they got the defending MVP in Kate Noon. We saw what she can do on her team, so she expects a great game as well. 2:36 to go, first period, 3-2, Franklin on top. Here's the draw at midfield. In the air, and this one is won by Noon. Kate Noon will take it. Picked up in there defensively by Morgan Lovell. Noon will hold on. She'll trot behind, keep the ball. 3-2 Franklin, late in the first period. Ball is caught on the high pass. Streisman in goal. Two have gotten by her, but she made a fantastic save on the free positional by Kate Noon. Ball is caught beautifully. The turnaround shot is wide. and Foxborough will be the first to chase it down. They'll retain possession with under 2 minutes to go in the first period. So glad you're with us, fans, here on Franklin TV, and we're streaming on YouTube. With it is Addie Riley, a junior. Back to Noon. In front, up for grabs. Oh, player goes down hard. And going down real hard there was Chloe McGarry. Unfortunately, because Franklin would have had the ball, but the heavy contact, and McGarry will get a good look. McGarry is a sophomore midfielder, and she has a chance to tie the game off the right wing. Here she comes. Her shot is wide to the back line, steered aside, and Foxborough retains possession. Spinning move through, draws 4 players defensively, gets the shot off and scores. An amazing goal there by Addie Riley to tie the game at 3. Addie Riley gets by 4 players somehow and ties it at 4:03. I'm sorry, at 40.3. 40.3 seconds. We're tied at 3. So it's been Foxborough, Franklin, Foxborough, Franklin, Franklin, Foxborough. That's your scoring order for the 6 goals put up here, 3 by each team in the first period. 40 seconds to go in the period. 3-3. 3 different players have scored for Foxborough. Blogensteiner has 2 and Sacchetti 1 for Franklin. Here's the draw at midfield. Don Buckley, the official there, sorts it out. Ball is in the air. This time it was Blogensteiner who took the draw, but it's controlled the other way by Addie Riley, who just scored. Quickly down in the zone offensively. Here comes Riley again, looking for 2 in a row. She gets through, can't get the shot off. She'll drop it back out deep. Time winding down in the period. Ball is loose, picked up in there. Picked up in there by McGarry. 11 seconds to go. Ball is dropped by Noon. Under 10 left. Kate Noon. She shoots left-handed and scores. Noon off the left hand, off the left shoulder. Kate Noon with her 2nd goal of the game. And it's 4-3 Foxborough. That goal comes with 3.3 seconds to go. 37 seconds apart, the last 2 Foxborough goals. 4-3. So for the first time today, Foxborough has scored 2 goals in a row. Blogensteiner had 2 goals in a row before that for Franklin. 3.3 seconds left. What a fantastic game here at Piscini Stadium. Noon, who just scored her 2nd goal, will take the draw. Franklin's mixed it up. They had Sacchetti, then they had Blogensteiner. Noon, I think, has taken all the face-offs for Foxborough. This is Blogensteiner. Ball is going to be kicked out of bounds, and there's the horn, ending the first period of play. What a start here from Franklin. In taking a look at the schedules so far to date for Foxborough, 4-1 on the season. They opened up with a win at home against North Attleboro. That's a Hockomock matchup, 12-7. Then Foxborough goes out of conference and plays Boston Latin, and they defeat them 18-8. That's also at Foxborough. Foxborough goes on the road, and listen to this. They defeated King Philip at KP 9-8. That was on April 7th. On the 10th of April, Foxborough stays home, had that big rout over Milford 17-4. Then they go out of conference on the 11th, and they defeat Dover Sherborne at Dover 14-7. Foxborough will play here today, and then after that they'll be on the road again on the 16th of April at Sharon. That's a 4 p.m. game. Looking at the Franklin schedule, they opened at home, non-conference for Leominster. They had a nice win over the Blue Devils, 15-6 back on March 27th. Then they hosted Westwood, non-conference game. They lost 12-6. Then 3 wins in a row. Franklin at OA on April 2nd, 18-3. Then home to Milford 17-2. On the road at Taunton 18-1. Huge blowouts for the last 3 Franklin games, but not so here tonight. Today, they have a big matchup with Foxboro, and after one, it's 4-3, Foxboro with the lead. The Franklin goals today, Sophia Sacchetti at 9:19, Clara Bogensteiner at 4:43, Clara Bogensteiner at 2:36. And Noon has 2 goals for Foxboro. Connors has the other, along with Addie Riley. So there you have it. 4-3 after 1 period of play. Noon with 2, Connors with 1, and Riley, a beautiful goal. And she has 1 for Franklin Sacchetti with 1, and Blogensteiner. She's really making a name for herself in lacrosse here at Franklin High School. Clara, only a freshman. How about that? She has 2 of the Franklin 3 goals. So we start the second period here. Franklin trailing it 4-3. They had one brief lead at 3-2. Other than that, they trailed 1-0, 2-1, and now 4-3. Pete Royce with you. Chris Flynn spinning the dials for your viewing pleasure as we're ready to start period number 2. A fantastic day from Franklin. Talking to the coach before that, and she said, oh, we needed this. Both coaches actually said that after the weather we've had this early spring. Quote unquote spring. 12 minutes up on the Piscini Stadium scoreboard. It'll be Noon and Blogesteiner to take the draw at the midfield. Don Buckley, one of the officials, working with Scott Spellman. 4-3. Maisie Streetsman in goal for Franklin, and it's Audrey Campbell, a good one, in goal for the Warriors. Ball is won by Foxboro, but Franklin takes it back. We'll go the other way. Right to left go the Panthers. Julia Flynn. And a whistle's a violation play on here for Franklin. Franklin with the ball is Juliana Owen, and now the referee backs her up. And we'll start again. Lagesteiner will start it for the Panthers. Whips it on the right side. Owen, Juliana. Franklin takes it low now. Consigli. Izzy Cross. Erin Peterson. Around we go. Everybody with a touch. Owen. Down below the goal for Consigli. That's her favorite spot to set players up. Izzy Cross comes through. Can't get the shot off. Sacchetti, 1 goal so far. Captain forced back out. Franklin will continue the offensive set to Izzy Cross. Flynn. Drops it in front, but a whistle stops play. A whistle stops play. That's a time when, if you're Franklin, you may not want that whistle. You had a player set up on the goal crease, but the whistle blew just before that. It'll be a free start for Julia Flynn. Tough angle here for Flynn. Flynn trying to get something going for the Panthers. If she scores it, we'll have a tie game again. Be our 4th tie. No, she's going to take it back out. Did not have a good angle. She whips it in front. There's a good pass and a foul called inside deep on Peterson. We'll see what where they set this ball up. Erin Peterson, a little better angle than Flynn had. Peterson off the right shoulder. She's not going to shoot. She's going to back it around. Franklin circles it back to Sacchetti in front. Catch there by Flynn. Catch by Owen. Juliana loses it. And here come the Warriors, and fouled on the play. It's going to be Lainey Moore. Foxboro survives that. Here come the Warriors. Ball is knocked loose by Callie Joyce. Still loose. picked up here by Erin Haney. The battle for it near the midfield stripe. Franklin has it. Flynn across midfield. Flynn with a nice pass and a nice catch up on the right wing. Consigli, she'll take it behind the goal. 8:56 to go in the period. 4-3. Foxboro. No scoring here in the second period yet. This is Blogensteiner. She's got 2 of the Panthers' goals. Sacchetti with the ball has the other. Peterson for Izzy. Cross drops it. Back for Gabe Consigli. Back to Izzy Cross. Strong defense by Foxboro. Cross penetrates. Blogensteiner, the freshman, comes through, goes low. The shot, it's rebounded. Beautiful save there by Connors, and Peterson comes out with it. Campbell is the goalkeeper, I'm sorry. Audrey Campbell made a beautiful save. Flynn whips it down for Consigli. Franklin with a long opportunity on offense. Erin Peterson now gets it over to Sacchetti. Blogensteiner makes a move. Can't penetrate. She'll drop it back to Flynn. Julie Flynn ducks down and takes it back out. Sacchetti. Now in the game is Vera Hansen. She's been injured. Great to see Vera back on the field. Vera Hansen, number 22 for Franklin. Has been out. I believe this is her first game back. Peterson to the aforementioned Vera Hansen. Vera for Sacchetti. Sacchetti takes a bump. Holds the ball. Franklin certainly dominated time of possession here in the second period. Sacchetti for Consigli. Peterson. Audrey Campbell, a great goalkeeper for Foxboro. Peterson fakes, cannot go to work. Back deep at the X for Gabe Consigli. Long hold there. Back for Peterson. Erin around the screen, can't release. Whistle here. And a foul. And Peterson will have a good angle on it. Peterson with the free hit here. Erin Peterson, a great angle. Get that ball off her right shoulder. She's going to come. She cannot shoot. The defense closed. Back for Flynn. Down low. Coming around is Hansen. She shoots and she scores. Vera Hansen. How about that? Her first game back. And she scores as she entered the game and quickly makes it 4-4. The 4th tie of the game. Vera Hansen pumps it home. Score comes at 6:19, so we go almost the entire half of the second period before we get a goal by none other than Vera Hansen. For Vera, the junior midfielder, back in action here today. Coach very happy to have her. She said, I expect her to play today, and has she ever. Just entered the game, and she gets the equalizer, the 4th tie of the game. So Hansen joins the scoring column. 2 for Blogensteiner and 1 for Sacchetti. 2 for Noon, 1 for Connors and Riley on the other side of the ledger for the Warriors of Foxboro. Franklin's coach, Kristen Igo Garino, the BC grad, and Foxboro coached by Kathleen McCullough. She played her high school at Medfield and played her college at UMass Amherst. 6:19 to go here in the second period. Sun-drenched Piscini Stadium on a beautiful afternoon in the spring of 2025. All the action on Franklin TV. We're streaming on YouTube. Pete Royce on the call. Chris Flynn alongside. Here's the draw. High in the air. Still loose. And it's going to be picked out of there by the Warriors of Foxboro. 4-4 is your score. Warriors take it deep. They go behind the Franklin goal. Keep an eye on Noon. This is she with it. She'll whip it back out for Addie Riley. She's got a goal here today. 5:50 left in the second period. Noon drops it. Down behind the goal it comes to Jackie Connors. And Foxboro now taking its time, setting up a play. Only one goal so far in this period after 7 in the first period from the two teams combined. Ball loose. Noon comes out with it. Noon faking, holding, passing in front. No room there. Franklin knocks it away, and here they come. With it for the Panthers is going to be Emma Bissinger. Franklin controlling it into the offensive zone. On the fly is Consigli. Gabe quickly. Franklin looking to get ahead for the second time today. They led it 3-2. Under 5 left in the second period. Erin Peterson with it. And she'll drop it for Gabe Consigli. Back to Peterson. It's been a stout defense for Foxboro. Sacchetti for Vera Hansen. In front, the shot there and the goal. The goal by Consigli on the pass from, I believe it was Erin Peterson. Consigli scores it. Gabby Consigli makes it 5-4. Consigli scores at 4:07 left in the second period. Consigli with the goal and Hansen with the second period goals. 5-4. Franklin on top. More than midway through the second period. Now taking the draw for Franklin will be Clara Blogensteiner. Kate Noon, the other end for Foxboro. Ball is high. Rebound goes to Julia Flynn. Flynn gets it on the right wing. It's loose on the turf. Battle for it there in the foul call. Let's see who they're going to call the foul on. It's going to go against Foxboro. Franklin will have it deep. Official still signaling players. While the clock continues to run, coming up on 3:30 to go, it's Peterson with it. Franklin leading it 5-4. What a game brewing here in Franklin. Clara Blogensteiner. Sophia Sacchetti. Last goal was a beauty by Franklin. Consigli with it. She scored it. Here's Vera Hansen. So good to see Vera back on the turf. She comes through. Cannot shoot. Gets it knocked away, but she picks it back up. Flynn for Sacchetti with a nice reach for the catch. Sophia for Blogensteiner. Back to Hansen. Hansen with a looping pass. It's caught by Consigli for Peterson. Gabby back with it. Franklin in front for cross. Whistle. See what they're going to call here. Waiting for the call. Comes with 2:20 to go. It's going to be a free shot here for the Panthers. It's going to be for Izzy Cross on the left wing. Cross has the ball in her stick. Here she comes. She comes through. She shoots and she scores. Izzy Cross does it herself. She didn't take the first opportunity. She let it go after she charged through, and she scores it. And Franklin with the lead now at 6-4. Their first 2-goal lead of the game. Izzy Cross joins the scoring column. Score comes at 1:57 here in the first half. Cross becomes the 5th Panther to score. Blogensteiner has 2, everybody else 1. Sacchetti Hanson, Consigli, and Cross. 1:57 to go in the first half. What a half this has been. Franklin's battled from behind. Now they have a 2-goal lead. This is the first 2-goal lead for either team. That's how close this game has been. Had 4 ties in the game. Franklin will take it down low. Peterson. Sacchetti. Blogesteiner. Consigli with it. Both teams similar style play. Very talented. As Coach McCullough said, Franklin has some great finishers. This Vera Hansen. Flynn holds on to it, goes down hard, no foul, and Franklin takes it back. Sophia Sacchetti, and she loses it. Still on the ground. Franklin wins the ball with a tremendous effort there by Izzy Cross. She made the play. She recovered in heavy traffic for the Panthers. Consigli shoots. It's turned back, and let's see who they're going to give the ball to. I think it's going to go to Foxboro, as Audrey Campbell went down there and was the first to get to the ball. Campbell for Foxboro. We are under 30 seconds to go in this fast-paced first half. What a joy this game has been. Campbell just waiting. Foxboro in no hurry. They're trailing it by 2 goals. Campbell still holding it. It looks like they're going to run out the clock. How about that? Down by 2. They're not going to move the ball. There's the risk of that. You can lose it. And going down hard is Peterson. And Franklin is going to win the ball back with no time remaining. That's the problem of trying to ice it when you're deep in your own side of the field. Well, the clock runs out on that particular strategy for Foxboro, and it didn't hurt them, but it was a close call, as it looked like Peterson was fouled, but she did get to take the free hit. All goals in the second period by Franklin, Hanson, Consigli, and Cross. We're going to pause here at halftime for 5 minutes and come back for the exciting second half. Your score after 24 minutes of play is Franklin 6, Foxboro 4. We'll be right back on Franklin TV. Welcome back to Piscini Stadium. What a game here in the first half. Franklin trailed on several occasions by 1 goal, never trailed by 2, but now they've come back with 3 straight goals to open up a 6-4 lead at halftime. Pete Royce, Chris Flynn alongside. This is the Hockomock game of the year so far, as the Franklin team undefeated in the Hawk against the undefeated overall Foxboro Warriors. If Franklin wins, they'll be 5-1, and Foxboro will go to 5-1. But right now, it's undefeated Warriors at 5-0, Franklin at 4-1. Here we go with the start of the second half. Franklin in the white, Foxboro going from right to left in the dark navy blue. It's Kate Noon, their outstanding player, with the draw against Clara Blogensteiner. Blogensteiner with 2 of the Franklin 6 goals, both in the first period. Franklin outscored Foxboro 3-0 in period number 2. Referee Don Buckley working with Spellman. That would be Scott Spellman. And here we go. Noon and Blogensteiner. And the ball is high. It's going to drop back. And it's going to be picked up by Sacchetti. So Franklin wins the draw. Sophia Sacchetti across midfield with those long strides. Sophia will hold it up now. Franklin will go into its first offensive set of the second half. This is Blogensteiner. Vera Hansen, so good to see her back out there this game. Her first game back after injury. Sacchetti for Peterson. Hansen. Consigli. Izzy Cross, what a scrapper Izzy Cross is. Sacchetti just loops it for Julia Flynn, and Flynn sets it up. Julia comes to the top. She's going to shoot and score. One of the rare unassisted goals by the Panthers. Julia Flynn lit it up. She got it past their great goalkeeper Campbell. Franklin leads at 7-4. Julia Flynn. That's her first goal of the game. The sixth different player to score for Franklin. 2 goals by Blogensteiner. Everybody else 1 each. The score comes 105 into the second half. That's all. Franklin with a 7-4 lead now. Here's Noon with the draw against Clara Blogensteiner. 4 straight goals by the Panthers. They trailed it 4-3. They lead it 7-4. 68 degrees now here at the Piscini Stadium turf. Ball high in the air. Flynn battles for it. Can't win it. It's taken back by Addie Riley, and she's fouled and will play on. The Foxboro Warriors with their first trip to the offensive zone of the second half. They've been shut out since the first period. With it, with quick movement, is Feibel. Mandy, she'll drop it to the back line. And Foxboro will set up now, trailing it 7-4. The Warriors, they drop it. That would be Morgan Riley. Her sister is on the team as well, Addie Riley. Kate Noon. 2 first period goals. But that's it so far for the outstanding player for the Warriors. She draws a double team. Callie Joyce all over her, but she wriggles free. Now she'll take it behind the Franklin goal and set it out deep on the left wing. Bobbled there. Now picked up by Morgan Riley. To the top it comes to Addie Riley. Addie makes a move, spinning through. Gets through 2. She shoots. It's wide, and Foxboro will be the first to the ball, and they'll retain possession with 9:31 left in this third period. 7-4, Franklin on top. Kate Noon. For Riley, rather for Chloe McGarry. Now the shot is wide, and it goes past everything, and Foxboro's Jackie Connors will retrieve it. And the Warriors will retain their offense. Warriors drawing a double team there was Addie Riley. Here's Noon. Pass, it's picked off in there, deflected by Flynn and picked off by the Panthers, picked off by Morgan Lovell. Franklin on the break. It was Flynn who deflected it and Lovell finished it off. Here's Callie Joyce with some speed. Joyce had some trouble, ducks it back out, and she'll leave it for Sophia Sacchetti with 8:21 to go in the third. Franklin 7, Foxboro 4. Cross. Erin Peterson now. Franklin takes it along the outer perimeter. Vera Hansen, she scored here today in her 2025 debut for Julia Flynn. Sophia Sacchetti drops it down low for Cross. Izzy dancing. Flogensteiner, her shot, the save by Campbell, a beauty. Audrey Campbell, that's what she can do. 7:34 left in the third. Foxborough again has not scored since the first period. Franklin has scored 4 in a row. They forced the turnover at midfield. Sacchetti, she's fouled. Push. Sophia will start it off. Flynn. Ball was deflected, but it gets through to Consigli. Gabby will take it low. 7 minutes straight up in the third period remaining. Peterson. Here's the junior, Vera Hansen, off the left shoulder. Faking, coming through, cannot release. She drops it for Consigli. Peterson for Sacchetti. She's got some space. She's going to shoot. It went in, but it's not going to count. Again, the foul thwarts the Franklin offense. They would love a play on in that situation, but the whistle blew and you have to stop play. Here's Sophia Sacchetti with the free position on the left side of the arc. 6:10 left here in the third. Sophia comes through, gets the shot off, and scores! Sophia Sacchetti gets her second goal of the game. Franklin on a big roll here, their 5th consecutive goal. They trailed it 4-3. They lead it 8-4. Sophia Sacchetti. She scores it at 6:01 here in the third. The last 5 goals by Franklin in this order: Hansen, Consigli, Cross, Flynn, and Sacchetti. How do you defend that? That's 5 different goal scorers for Franklin. They've opened it up to 8-4 here. Franklin has won something like 70 straight Hockomock League matchups. They trailed in the first period after one 4-3. It looks like they don't want to be denied the end of that streak here today. Here's the draw at midfield. Noon and Blogensteiner. High floating ball. It's going to come down and picked up in the back end by Lainey Moore of Foxboro. Now out to Camilla Burton, who's in the game for the Warriors. It's stolen by Blogensteiner, and she loses the ball out of bounds. It'll be turned over to Camilla Burton. Now whistle stops play. See if they're going to keep it in possession for the Warriors. They will. The Warriors will have it. 5.5 to go in the third period. Franklin has put together a period and a half of excellent lacrosse play. With it now is Addie Riley, the junior. Her sister is a twin, Mandy Riley. Foxboro with it now, way out deep. Now it's rather in a little bit towards the 20. battle for it, and Franklin steals it. Sacchetti. Combination of great defense and outstanding offense for the Panthers here today. The long reach and the catch there by Emma Bissinger. And she's fouled on the play, and she'll play on. Bissinger takes a couple of bumps, and she loses it. It's going to go out of bounds, and the Panthers will have it in the offensive zone with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third period. 8-4 Franklin. Bissinger will drop it way back deep. In the game now for Franklin is Maeve Grasso, one of their captains, along with Julia Flynn and Sophia Sacchetti. Franklin quickly gets upfield with it. Consigli. The shot there and the goal, a wraparound shot in the goal. The goal by Erin Peterson, another Panther on the board here. Erin Peterson scores at 4:03, about 2 minutes, 1:58 exact since the last Franklin goal. And Peterson becomes the 7th Panther to score. Everybody with one except Blogensteiner. No, I'm sorry. Sacchetti has 2 and Blogensteiner has 2. It's 9-4. Franklin with the lead. 6 straight goals by the Panthers. They trailed it 4-3. Here's the draw with 4:03 to go in the third period. Franklin with some breathing room now. 9-4. Noon and Blogensteiner on the draw. It's high. Nice pick there by Addie Riley. A beautiful pick. And Riley is fouled, and she'll play on. This is Riley. Nope, the whistle will stop play. And it's going to be a card. It's going to be a card on Franklin. A yellow card, and going out is Clara Blogensteiner. Dawn Buckley calls Blogensteiner, and she's going to go out. And Foxboro will play a player up. Blogensteiner goes out. 3:33 to go. It's 2 minutes for Blogensteiner. So a long 2-minute advantage for the Warriors of Foxboro. See if they can parlay it into their first score since the first period, when they scored with 3.3 seconds to go in the game. They had 2 goals in the last 40 seconds to open up a lead, but they've lost the lead now thanks to Franklin's great play. Here comes Foxboro with the player advantage. With it is Chloe McGarry. McGarry holding it to Noon. Noon drops it down low. Ball is loose, and Franklin wins it. Sacchetti comes out with it. Franklin can kill some clock on the penalty to Blogensteiner. They work it up. Left wing. Izzy Cross, so sure-handed with the ball. Flying into the offensive end. Cross. 1:18 left on the Blogensteiner penalty. Now more time will come off on this stoppage of play. But the clock continues to run on the penalty. 1:05 left for the player advantage for Foxboro. And Sacchetti is ready to go. Sophia inches closer. Drops it in. No, we're not starting yet. And still, the clock is running. Both the game clock and the penalty clock. This is to Franklin's advantage. Now Sacchetti gets the whistle. Ball is down low to Callie Joyce. 35 seconds on the penalty. Franklin on the penalty kill. On the right wing for Vera Hansen. For Julia Flynn. For Callie Joyce with 20 seconds to go on the penalty. 1:47 in the period. Franklin has been pitching a shutout the last 2 periods. Penalties nearly up with 7 seconds to go. Whistle stops play here. And that'll do it with the penalty for Clara Blogensteiner. The Panthers kill the penalty. And they're at full strength now. And Franklin still has the ball. Great penalty kill by the Panthers. This is Hansen. Vera. Taking it down low. Drops it for Flynn on the looping pass. Back for Gabby Consigli. Back to Julia Flynn. Julie Flynn. Flynn comes through, gets some space. She shoots and she scores. Flynn scores. Julia Flynn. Flynn makes it 10-4 Panthers. 7 straight goals. Flynn gets her second goal here in the half. The score comes at 53.4. Remember, Franklin killed a penalty to get that goal, and they've had 7 straight goals with under a minute left in the third period. What a outburst for Franklin. Here's the draw at midfield. Kate Flynn and Clara Blogensteiner. Official Don Buckley gets the ball settled in the 2 cages of the respective players. Ball is high and is controlled on the dead run by the Panthers. With it there was Morgan Lovell. Franklin on the right wing. Consigli will slow things down in the final 40 seconds of the period. Juliana Owen is out there. We take it behind with 29 seconds to go. In front, the ball is blocked on the shot by Owen. It might have hit the pipe. Now it's dropped back there in the back line, time winding down in the period. Franklin would love one more. With it is Flynn. Flynn holding. She shoots a wicked shot. It's wide with 8 seconds to go, and that's going to end the first period on that drive by Flynn. And now, no, they're going to stop the clock, so there's still a chance here. Still a chance. If Franklin gets a free positional with 3 seconds to go, it's going to be Julia Flynn. She has a chance. Flynn with 3 seconds left. This is she on the right arc. She shoots and she scores with 1.2 seconds to go. Julia Flynn with 2 goals in a row in the last minute of this game. Franklin making a statement here with 8 goals in a row. Flynn now with 3. She leads all the Franklin scores, and they've been a lot of them. 7 scorers for Franklin, led by Flynn's 3, Sacchetti 2, and Blogensteiner 2. Hansen, Consigli, Cross, and Peterson, the other goal scorers for Franklin. They lead it 11-4. What a costly penalty against Foxboro there to give Flynn the free look. Ball is in the air. This is going to run out the period, and it is over. The third quarter, all Franklin. They've had 2 consecutive shutout quarters. The second period, they scored 3 here in a row. Here, they scored 5 in a row to lead it after 3 by the score of 11-4. You score by periods. 4-3 Foxboro after 1, 6-4 Franklin at halftime, and here 11-4 after 3. For the Warriors trying to get some offense, they came out gangbusters, getting 2 goals in the last minute of the first period, but since then, nothing. It's been tremendous play for the loose balls by Franklin. Especially, it's been Izzy Cross doing a tremendous job along with Sophia Sacchetti. And how about Erin Peterson tucking one in just before the 2 goals straight by Flynn. Peterson scored at 4:03, then Flynn 53.4, and then 1.2. You know, as you look at Franklin over the years, they've often scored in the last 5 to 10 seconds of a period. I don't know how they do it, but they seem to find a way. What, 1 period left here in Franklin. Franklin looking to get to 5-1 on the season. And for Franklin, we look at their schedule, they'll have 1 more game in the Hawk before they have a non-conference foe. The Hawk game is with Canton on April 16th. Then they're on the road at Weymouth. Then they're home to Bishop Feehan. Then home to Sharon. Then on the road at Stoughton. Home to Mansfield. At North Attleboro. Then another non-conference matchup at Longmeadow. That's always a great game. And Franklin will also play 2 out of his last 3 games on the road at Natick, home to King Philip, and on the road at Concord Carlisle. What a tough schedule for the Panthers, but they're usually up for the task, and that usually builds strength as we would get at that point into postseason play. Franklin 11, Foxboro 4. Fourth and final period. And Franklin now will be going from right to left. Maisie Streisman has turned all back but 3. She hasn't really been tested so much in the last couple of periods because of the great defense by Franklin, preventing a lot of penetration and advancement of the ball by the Foxboro Warriors. Clara Blogensteiner, the freshman, out on the field with the senior and the defending MVP for Hawksports.com, Kate Noon, for the draw. 12 minutes to go in this one. Sunsplash Piscini Stadium. Buckley with Spellman, the 2 officials. This is Buckley. Has the ball settled. Here's the face-off. And it's going to be controlled by Noon. She gets it to herself. Kate Noon. Been silent since the first period when she pumped in 2 goals. Here she comes, looking for a third. And she'll drop it back. Franklin will dig in front of Maisie Streisman. Strong defense. Riley shoots and she scores. Addie Riley off the left shoulder ends a long drought, and it makes it 11-5. That didn't take too long here. 30 seconds in the fourth period, and Addie Riley gets her second goal, and it comes at 11:30. So after 2 consecutive shutout periods, Addie Riley opens up the scoring in the fourth. It's 11-5. Franklin, though, with that big 6-goal lead. We'll see how they play it. They don't usually sit on a lead, I'll tell you that. Here's the draw. That draw was taken by Blogensteiner, and she comes up with the ball. Clara on the right wing. We're in the first minute of play in the fourth period to Julia Flynn. Juliana Owen. Erin Peterson, she has a goal with the ball now. Remember, a key point was Franklin held off a 2-minute penalty kill to not have them scored with the player at disadvantage for the Panthers. And that was in the third period. Here's Sacchetti. Sophia. Izzy Cross. Consigli back to Cross. Cross spinning through, got some space, cannot shoot though, and she'll drop it back at the X to Gabby Consigli. Franklin will take it on the right side this time. Flynn for Sacchetti. Coming up on 10:15 to go in the game. Franklin just holding it. Blogensteiner. Passing drill here for the Panthers. Time is on their side with the big lead. They can take their time as they're doing. Morgan Lovell, or rather Flynn, to Sacchetti. Sophia makes her move. Charging, she shoots. The save by Campbell. She popped it into the air and then hauled it down a second time. Good save by Audrey Campbell, the senior, and one of their captains. And here comes Foxboro trying to get a bit closer. Pass is caught by Noon. There's her talent. Here comes Kate Noon, the Hawk player of the year last year. Noon in front. She passed it down into a hard hit there. That's going to be a free positional hit. And we'll see if there's anything more on that. It's going to be a card against Franklin. Their second card of the game. Let's see who's going to go out. Don Buckley, the official, walking his way in. Meanwhile, the clock is still running. I'm not sure if Foxboro appreciates this. It's a yellow card, and it's going to be Julia Flynn. She blasted the Foxboro Warrior. How about the play of Noon setting up that pass? She did not want to take it herself because she was tied up, but she got the pass off. And here's going to be a free positional start for Foxboro. They can make it 2 goals in a row. For Foxboro, it's going to be Manny Feibel. Feibel off the right shoulder. She's going to shoot, and it's wide to the back line, and it's going to be controlled by Foxboro. Franklin staves off the shot. In front there's the point blank shot and the score. The score there by Mandy Feibel. So she doesn't get the goal on the free positional, but she scores to make it 11-6. Score comes at 8:40. Franklin still a player down. That's a power play goal by Feibel. And it's 11-6. Mandy Feibel. 2 goals in a row. And it's still 1:47 left on the penalty. Unlike ice hockey, here in field lacrosse, you do not come out of the penalty area when the opposing team scores. So it's still a player up. Can the Foxborough Warriors inch closer? It's 11-6. 2 straight by the Warriors. Plenty of time left. 8:40 to go in the game. Blogensteiner and Noon. Noon set up that goal with some good passing. Ball is high in the air. It is knocked out of Noon's hands. And let's see what they're going to call here. The referee, Buckley, comes back and sorting it out. And he is going to turn the ball over to Foxborough. So they're going to have it. No card on the play, just a hard foul. 8:11 to go, 1:17 left on the penalty. Did they send Blogensteiner out? They might have had another penalty on this. If so, the Warriors will go 2 players up for 1:16. As it looks like Blogensteiner is on the sidelines. They haven't posted it yet. We'll keep an eye on the scoreboard. There it is, 2 minutes for Blogensteiner. Foxborough with a 2-player advantage. They've cut into this lead of 11-4 to 11-6. And the Warriors will have the ball. Tell you, the Warriors have some crowd, some fans in attendance here making quite a bit of noise. Here come the Warriors. Up by 2 players on this sequence now for another minute or so. Charging through is going to be Hannah Higgins. And now Foxborough will change it up. Take it down low, the shot and the goal. Another goal by Foxborough. This is Chloe McGarry. Makes it 11-7. You can see the momentum swinging in the favor of Foxborough. McGarry scores it. 11-7. That's why you build a big lead in a timeout called by Coach Kristen Igo-Garino. Her team needs a timeout. Foxborough still with a 2-player advantage for 50 seconds, and then have another minute or so, almost just under a minute, with a 1-player advantage, as Blogensteiner and Flynn are in the penalty area. So after shutting out Foxborough for 2 consecutive periods, they have lit it up 3 straight times here in the first 5.5 minutes or so, 5:20 of this 4th and final period. Goals by Riley, Feibel, and McGarry. For Riley, that's a hat trick for her now. That's 3. Feibel with her first goal, and McGarry with her first goal as well. 11-7. We knew Foxborough was good. What happened in the second, third periods? Franklin just dominated play. But here, with plenty of time left, things are getting a little bit tense, as it's 3 straight goals by the Warriors of Foxborough, and they've closed the gap now. And Franklin has been held scoreless now for a long bit of time. This is probably their longest they've been scoreless. Remember, they had 3 straight goals, the only goals of the second period and the only 5 goals of the third period. But here they've been off the board, and the momentum has switched with some great goalkeeping as well by Audrey Campbell. 7:43 left in this one. Pete Royce with you, Chris Flynn producing today's game. We thought this was the game of the year in the Hockomock, and it's pretty much turned out that way, especially with this comeback play by Foxboro. They still have the two-player advantage. Kate Flynn with the draw, the all-important draw. Franklin needs to get a possession and kill some clock. Sacchetti will take the draw now because Blogensteiner is in the penalty area. She normally takes it. Noon and Sacchetti. Referee Buckley settles the ball in. Backs away, arm up, whistle blows, ball is in the air. Controlled by Noon, very talented player. Up it comes for McGarry. McGarry with some space. Charges through, passes it down low. There's the shot, hits the post. It hit the upright on a bad angle. Franklin tries to get to the ball. It's out of bounds. Who are they going to give the ball to? Franklin will have the ball, and they can kill some clock. They start up. 28 seconds left on the penalty to Flynn. Franklin with it is Callie Joyce. Look at the offensive pressure by the Warriors. They have the two-player advantage, and there's a foul and play on. Let's see, they're going to play it on. This will kill some clock. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1 second left on the Flynn penalty. She's out of the area. She's out of the penalty area, and Franklin will have it. Now one player down. Callie Joyce, hounded by a charging attack zone for the Warriors. Joyce reverses field and drops it back. It's fumbled away and picked off in there, and Noon goes down hard, and she's going to get, no, it's not Noon. We'll check the player for Foxboro, and it is Morgan Riley will have a free positional with 6:20 to go. 11-7. Noon, she's out quite a bit. She cannot shoot. She's going to pass it over to Riley. Franklin still a player down for the, now they're even. Both players out of the box area. Ball in front in the block there. It's going to go to the Warriors. Pulled in there by Shiza Hussein. The Warriors have it. Under 6 left in the quarter. In the game, the shot there. It's wide. Shiza Hussein saves it. Foxboro on the attack, putting a lot of pressure on the Panthers. Under 6 left in the fourth and final period. Foxboro with 3 straight goals. After Franklin had scored 8 in a row, wrap around the save by Streisman. And a whistle stops play. And it's going to be Franklin with the ball. Maisie Streisman with the save of the game. 5:19 to go in the game. Franklin 11, Foxboro 7. Pass is caught, now dropped, stolen away. Now in front. Oh, now she's knocked away, and Juliana Owen steals it for Franklin. Franklin digging for it. Players going down hard. Franklin with it. Whistle stops play. Franklin with the ball with 4:52 left in it. 11-7. The clock is stopped at the moment. Now Franklin puts it in play. Now a timeout is called here. Oh, there's an injured player. That's why, an injured player. It's a Warrior. Coming out quickly is trainer Jen of Franklin. Jen Edmonds attending to the Foxboro Warrior. She is down. I cannot get a number on her. She is down on her back, one knee up. Trainer Jen attending to her. Quickly to the scene was trainer Jen. 4:53. What an onslaught. The key is not only 3 goals in a row, but Foxboro just put a lot of players in the attack zone. Now the player is sitting up. That's a good sign. I believe it is Riley, Addie Riley, the junior. She's got a hat trick for the Warriors. Still trying to gather herself there. Her coach is out there as well, Kathleen McCullough. The the UMass grad. It is Addie Riley. She's on her feet now. Gets a nice hand from a crowd that has increased since the game started. It's got to be close to 100, maybe 150 people here today, enjoying the sunshine. rimming the track, and now the bleachers have a good amount seated in it. 4:53 to go. Can Franklin hold on? The Warriors have found life here in the fourth period, aided by 2 penalties for Franklin. And Franklin now will have the ball. Out it comes to Emma Bissinger. Bissinger, now its pass is deflected and stolen back. Here comes McGarry for Noon. Kate Noon. Noon drops the ball, retrieves it, still struggling for it, retains it again. Here's Noon. 4:30 left. Noon. She'll take it. She passed it off. She faked the pass to Hussein. Ball in front, and the goal by Noon. Noon makes it 11-8. Kate Noon, her first goal since the first period. Noon makes it 11-8, 4 straight goals. The goal comes at 4:20. 11-8. 3:10 since the last goal, but it's 11-8 now. Can the Franklin Panthers hold on? What a rally by Foxboro. Now taking the draw is is Sacchetti against Noon, who just scored her 3rd goal. She's got a hat trick. 11-8. Franklin needs to win this draw. Ball is high in the air. Sacchetti can't get it. Noon has it. Kate Noon charges through, holds on, and Flynn steals it. Julia Flynn with the steal, and she saves it up on the right wing. It's caught by Consigli. Here comes Gabby. Franklin trying to respond. A whistle stops play. Franklin needed that win, and they got it on the great play by Julia Flynn. And a whistle and a timeout called. I believe that timeout was by the Panthers because it looked like they were going to move it. I don't think you can call a defensive timeout in that situation. With 11-8 is your score. 4:03 left in this one. Franklin kept off the board. 4 straight goals. This has been a game of runs. The first period was back and forth with Foxboro leading at 4-3, then 3 straight goals by the Panthers in the second period, 5 more in the third period, made it 8 straight, and now here in the four straight by the Foxboro Warriors. We mentioned this matchup. Foxboro 5-0 on the season, and Franklin 4-1. Franklin has not lost something like 70 consecutive Hockomock League lacrosse games in girls lacrosse. Today they've been put to the test. Can they hold on for another 4:03 left in this one? What an exciting field lacrosse game we've had here today. Just 4:03 left. Franklin, which had a number of different scorers in the action earlier in this game, has been shut out in the fourth period. And the Warriors, trying to protect an undefeated season, they'll be gathered around their head coach, Kathleen McCullough, and Franklin over coach Kristen Igo Garino. For the Panthers, assistant coach over there, John Layton. Sticks up in the air for Franklin. They're going to break their huddle with a go Franklin, and they have it. They'll have possession with 4:03 to go. They've not controlled a lot of the ball here in the fourth period. Of course, Foxboro playing very loose, down by a big score. They're letting it all hang out. And Campbell has been really good in this period for the goalkeeping for Foxboro. Franklin will have it. 4:03 to go. Here's the whistle. Franklin will take it now at the 4-minute mark. For Flint, an outstanding player for the Panthers. For Callie Joyce. Joyce for Sacchetti. Sacchetti charges through. Whistle stops play. There's a foul. See what they're going to do for Sacchetti. It's going to kill some clock, I'll tell you that. Clock running. Sacchetti will start it out deep. Flynn. Julia. Tough defense. In the corner for Vera Hansen. Hansen Take it around top. 3:13 to go. Franklin has killed almost a minute here with this possession. Izzy Cross now for Erin Peterson. She'll reverse field and again, twice, and a third time. She'll drop it back out for Sacchetti. Franklin's taking it under the 3-minute mark. 11-8 is your score. Franklin with the lead. Flynn for Vera Hansen. Vera still holding it. Nice possession brewing for the Panthers. Baseline. Izzy Cross charging through in front of the net. She shoots and she scores! Izzy Cross breaks the momentum of the Warriors with her second goal of the game, and Cross makes it 12-8 at 2:32. Probably the biggest goal of the game for Izzy Cross. Franklin had a long possession of a minute and a half, and then Cross makes it 12-8. A beautiful goal by Izzy Cross. And Franklin will have the draw now with Noon faced off against Sophia Sacchetti. Don Buckley, the official, places the ball in the respective cage of both players. Sticks. The whistle. Ball is in the air. Now the draw was not taken by Sacchetti, it was by Kendall Moan. Moan, and a player goes down, and Foxboro will have it. Foul called, and Foxboro will have it with 2:20 to go in the game. 12-8 Franklin. Ball is loose. Struggling for it for Franklin is Maeve Grasso, and Grasso comes out with it. The captain Grasso. Franklin controls on their own end. Coming up now, we're at 2 minutes and beyond left in the game. Flynn quickly. It comes out for Emma Bissinger. Emma holding it. Ball is loose. Kicked around, and it's going to advance and picked up there by Consigli. Gabby will leave it for Vera Hansen, the talented junior, with the ball on the right wing in front of the Franklin bench. Franklin in position now with just over 90 seconds left for Flynn. Flynn outstanding on all phases of the game, and Hansen back from injury with the ball with 1:22 left. What a goal by Cross to give the Panthers some breathing room. Their first goal of the fourth period. Callie Joyce loses the ball, but a whistle here. They're going to keep it with the Panthers? Yes, they will. A foul called against Hannah Higgins. And Franklin will have it with 1 minute to go in the game. Franklin is coming out with it. Callie Joyce, she's had an outstanding game. So many Panthers have played well. Flynn loops one, picked up by Hansen. Not much Foxboro can do here with 39 seconds left. Charging through is Hansen. Ball is knocked loose and picked up by nobody. Still loose on the turf, and Sacchetti with a sure-handed pickup, and she is going to be fouled on the play. And it's going to be a card here, a yellow card. Going off is Addie Riley with 25 seconds to go. The first card against Foxboro, the first penalty against Foxboro. Franklin has had 3. Here's Sacchetti. Final 20 seconds, the whistle stops play. And that's going to be 19 seconds to go, and Franklin can run out the clock here with 17 seconds to go. Now they stop it with 16.5. Sacchetti backed up a little bit, still being pushed back. And here she goes. Sophia Sacchetti will hold it. Franklin does not need to score. Flynn loops one. It's knocked back. Flynn digging for it in the corner. Scoops it up. Flynn with 2 seconds to go. 1 second to go. There's the horn. Franklin wins a big game. Crowd cheering here at Vicini Stadium. Franklin wins it 12-8. It wasn't easy, but they got the job done. Sacchetti with 2 goals. Blogensteiner with 2. Hansen with 1. And Flynn maybe the first star of the game with 3. That's going to do it for our coverage. We hope you enjoyed this outstanding Hockomock League matchup. The Franklin High Panthers go to 5-1 on the season, and Foxboro suffers defeat for the first time this season. We'd like to have you be ready for the next home game. That's not going to be for a while. It's going to be on April 26th when Franklin hosts Bishop Feehan. Franklin's next game is on the road on the 14th at Canton. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. I'd like to thank our producer, our director, our camera operator today, Chris Flynn, among the first to arrive and the last to leave. This is Pete Roy saying so long from Piscini Stadium, a sun-drenched Piscini Stadium, 68-degree weather here today. Franklin wins it. The final score for the final time, Franklin 12, Foxboro 8. Till next time, so long, neighbors.